Back on the trail after having a pretty sweet 0 day in Mount Shasta. Got to meet up with Snuggles. She came out, took a day off, ate a bunch of food, drank some beer, got some rest, resupplied, and then also resupplied and sent myself some food up the road to Etna, which will be my last resupply in California. Today ended up being a really beautiful, amazing day on the trail. Feet are a little sore because I took, yesterday off and had a 0, but it's absolutely amazing. I was actually going to stop back at 25 miles for the day, and I just kind of had this little burst of energy at the end of the day and decided, you know what, I'll hike a couple more, and man, am I glad I did, because I have probably, if I had to take a guess, I had to sum it up, so far this is like the best campsite I think I've had on the trail. Good morning. Already off and rolling this morning. Got up and on the trail right before 6 a.m. So like 5:55. I was already hiking. Terrain looks pretty good today. Nice and smooth. Some big, like, flat, cruisy sections. So I plan on putting in a pretty big day. All depends on obviously how I feel. But the plan is to, anytime I kind of have these long, cruisy sections, just kind of eat up some miles. Lunchtime. Today's menu, I have more green bellies. I've actually been out of these for a while, and I finally got a bunch more from Green Belly. So I really love these things, and they're so easy to eat for lunch. Today's going pretty good so far. Really nice smooth terrain. It's just before 1 o'clock and I've already put down 20 miles for the day, so that kind of tells you how smooth the terrain actually is. Still cruising for the day. It's about 6 o'clock and I think I'm gonna hike for another hour, and if my math is correct, I think that's gonna put me at like a 35-mile day, which is gonna be my longest day on the trail so far. But I still feel great. I bet you'll never guess what I'm having for dinner tonight. It's couscous. Never get tired of it. Always good out here, always. It is July 4th, so happy 4th of July. I believe that today I will celebrate my independence by hiking. I think I'm gonna hike.
So today is going pretty smooth so far. This morning there was kind of a haze everywhere, and I could smell like firewood. I just figured somebody was having a big bonfire. Some southbound hiker that I ran into actually told me there's some wildfires just south of here. I guess that I got through before they happened. And that's probably what I'm smelling and seeing. So apparently there's some fires around here somewhere, but nowhere around me, so. Pretty wild.
Well, it is the end of another amazing day on trail. Today was just so good. The views and the terrain, and it was hard. It's definitely a more challenging day today than it was yesterday. A lot of big steep climbs, big ridge lines, super rocky, but man, so rewarding. If I could hike this type of stuff all the time, I would be one happy hiker.
Good morning. Did a quick 5 miles down here to the road this morning. It's not even like 8 o'clock yet. I think it's like 7:40. And now I am very patiently waiting for a car to drive by. This is not a well-trafficked road going into Etna. But I hear that pretty much all cars stop when they do pass by. I guess unless they're like some sort of out-of-towner that thinks that I'm a crazy person that's going to murder them. Apparently the locals are really nice, so haven't even been able to throw my thumb out yet because no car has passed. Well, after about 45 minutes, I finally got a hitch by a nice man in a Volkswagen van. I'm now in Etna, picked up my resupply box from the post office, and now I'm trying to find the park. Found the park, went and got something to eat at a local restaurant, and found a Dollar General. As far as I'm concerned, if it's a trail town and it has a Dollar General, it is like on the top 5-10 list of best trail towns. Dollar Generals are just so amazing out here, and it's so great to have them in Northern California. This place is awesome. This park is actually has this big gazebo here where you can charge stuff. So there's plugs, like you can actually charge stuff. So the other really amazing thing about this park here in Etna is if you go down to the grocery store and you pay $5, they'll give you a couple tokens, and there's a shower house. Great trail town. The other cool thing too is behind me there's like this big, obviously like park lawn. If you pay $5, you can stay overnight in the park and just camp anywhere you want to in the park, and there's Wi-Fi here. Etna has become like, I think, my favorite trail town on the PCT. I thought that it was Chester. No. Etna definitely takes the cake as far as best trail town. A lot of burn area after coming out of Etna. So today ended up being a 35.5 mile day, and again, pretty great. I don't feel too wore out. Got to camp at a pretty decent time. Here at a small campground, like a forest, national forest campground, which is right next to this awesome bridge and a beautiful stream that I was actually able to soak my feet in once I made camp and wash off a little bit, get all the gross, sticky dirt, sweat off of me from today's hiking. Eating some dinner, kind of sitting here relaxing, and tomorrow morning I am only 6.5 miles from the Sayad Valley, and the trail actually takes a road. So right out of here there's a 6.5 mile road walk. I don't know if it's a dirt road or if it's paved road, but it's 6.5 mile road walk into Sayad Valley, and there's a small general store and a cafe and a post office. Some people stay the night. There's like an RV park, but I'm essentially just going to stop in there in the morning, get like a breakfast burrito, because I read on GutHook that there's some really awesome breakfast burritos there, and then I have just a massive whoop climb straight out of there. Monster climb, like 4,000 or 5,000 feet climb, so that'll be fun. Made it here to Sayad Valley and sitting outside of the cafe and general store. Just had an awesome breakfast burrito. It was about 6.5 miles of road walking to get into here, which really wasn't that bad. I think it was like 4.5 miles of dirt road, and then it was paved from the turnoff all the way to here.
Well, we've got some hikers, that's good.
How's it going? How are you?
Hike?
Very good.
Good. Nice.
Very, very good. The actual trail right in front of me is on fire. So, yeah, I can hear it burning, the fire actually going. So I guess I'm gonna try to get as close as I can to it and see if it's even passable. But I'm literally on a ridge. You can see kind of all around me, and it actually looks like it's right on the trail. It looks like it's just kind of a small brush fire, possibly started from like a fire pit, because there's a campsite up here on the top of this ridge. Luckily able to kind of hike right through it. A lot of smoke, and it looks like it's actually starting to spread, but I kind of feared the worst. I feared coming up over this ridge and it just being the entire backside of the mountain, but it's really just in this small little bitty area. Yikes. Today was a pretty eventful day, to say the least. Getting into Sayad Valley was pretty cool, and there was all that fear-mongering about the fires. From what I understand, I ended up getting some signal up on the ridge, finally, after hiking like 20 miles out of Sayad, and found out that the Forest Service noticed the fire. They sent people in, and I actually set up on the ridge and watched helicopters come in and dump water over the fire. They dropped like 3 firefighters, they put it out. So the fire did get taken care of. I was really concerned though, because I was up on that ridge and I was trying to get service on my phone so I could call in the fire, because it looked so new, and just couldn't get any service for like 20 miles. So finally I got some service. I did talk to another hiker that was back at Sayad still, and they told me that somebody had noticed it and they got firefighters up there to put it out. It was another eventful day, because tomorrow morning, actually in exactly 16 miles from here, I walk out of California, finally. Almost 1,700 miles of California, and I get to walk into Oregon.
After almost 1,700 miles in the same damn state, Oregon, ladies and gentlemen. Ah, feels good. Woo! Less than 1,000 miles to Canada. So there are a lot of different challenges on the trail that people do, like the McDouble challenge, where you eat like nothing but McDonald's hamburgers for like 2 days. There's like a 24-hour challenge where you see how many miles you can hike in 24 hours over this certain section. It was back in Northern California. And I'm not really usually into those types of challenges. However, today, I kind of figured I would come up with my own challenge to celebrate finally being in Oregon and getting the hell out of California. So I ended up getting to the spot that I was gonna camp at just before 6 o'clock at like 5:50, and that was 33 miles for me. I was like, well, there's still tons of daylight left, and it was only 9 miles to get to the road that takes me into Ashland. So I figured that I would challenge myself today and hike 42 miles, like 42 point something miles, because why not? Still feel good, still have tons of energy. The trail's pretty much nothing but downhill all the way from that campsite to the road. So here it is. This is my 42 mile challenge. Just doing it just to see if I can hike 42 miles. I've never done that many miles in one day, so why not? Life's all about challenging yourself and pushing your limits and seeing how far you can go. So here we go. That's it, 42 point something miles. So woohoo, challenge completed. So I am now currently walking under I-5 on my way to Callahan's Lodge. And then I'm gonna go down into Ashland and hopefully I can find some food.